students, hope that all of you are fine. So little gap after again let us start the complex numbers, trigonometric equations, entire chapter completed, and along with the assignment, and for it also I made the solutions. Okay, now let us start the next chapter, complex numbers, right? So for that the basics whatever it is required again I posted subjective basics. Okay, right, now let us start the objective today. So complex numbers, right? Just before starting the problems, 5 minutes. Once let us recall all the basic points. Generally, what is I value? I means we call it as imaginary number, means which is square root of minus 1. Under root minus 1 is there whose value is unknown to us. So which is called as imaginary number. Generally it is denoted by letter what now? I. So I equal to square root of minus 1. From this what about I square value? I square is equal to minus 1. Next, what about I cube value? I cube can be treated as I square into I. I square value is minus 1 into I, nothing but minus I. Next, I power 4 if you took, we can write it as I square into I square. Already I square value minus 1, again minus 1, which is becoming plus 1. Okay, now if you observe, I means whose value is square root of minus 1, I square value is minus 1, I cube value is minus 9, and I power 4 is 1. Or here onwards what I have to remember is I power 4 multiple anything if you took, always it is 1 only. So I power 4 1. In general, I power 4n equal to 1, comma, for n belongs to natural numbers. So if you take n value 1, I power 4, that is 1. Take n value 2, I power 8, 1. Take n value 3, I power 12, 1. Take n value 4, I power 16, 1. So I power all multiples are what? I power all 4 multiples are what? 1. Okay, while solving the problem, these are useful, basic points only. Next, then what about 1 by I value? So 1 by I if I took, so I value is how much now? Root minus 1 we know. So, and I power 4 value is plus 1. So can I write this 1 as I power 4? 1 is nothing but I power 4 by I. So I power 4 by I means I cube. What about I cube value? Right, minus I. So 1 by I is nothing but how much now? Minus I. Right. Now what is meant by complex number? If a comma b are any two real numbers and I is the imaginary number, then a number in the form of a plus ib is called as what? Complex number. Generally it is denoted by z. Z is equal to a plus ib. This is called complex number. Here a is called real part. What we call? Real part of the complex number. So are called real part of z. And this b is called imaginary part. Imaginary part of the complex number z. Okay, if I took any complex number which is in the form of a plus ib, here a is called real part, b is called imaginary part. But both are real numbers, both a and b are real numbers. But b is before I quotient. Hence we are calling this one as imaginary part and this one as, right, imaginary part. Sorry, real part. Suppose a value 0, b value 0 I took, then how much will get? 0 plus I into 0, completely 0. So 0 is a complex number which can be written as what now? 0 plus I into 0. Okay, this is basics. Now next, if z is any complex number, it's a conjugate of the complex number. All these we got in the PU. If z is equal to a plus ib, is any complex number, then conjugate of z is denoted by how? Z bar, and z bar equal to a minus ib. So if a plus ib is any complex number, then its conjugate is generally we denote by z bar, whose value is how much now? A minus ib. Suppose z is a minus ib I have taken, then what about z bar? Right? A plus ib. Then if I multiply these two complex numbers, z into z bar, z means a plus ib, z bar means a minus ib. If I multiply these two complex numbers, it is like a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square. So which is a square minus I square into b square. What is I square value? Right, minus 1. So a square minus 1 into b square, which is a square plus b square. So z into z bar value is how much now? A square plus b square. Or while simplifying anywhere also, if we got like this, directly remember this point. A plus ib into a minus ib gives, right, a square plus b square. But next, what is modulus of a complex number? Just all these we studied in the subjective. So all those classes also again posted. If z is any complex number a plus ib, then its modulus mod of z is denoted by how? Like this. Inside modulus we will write the complex number. And how we are defining means which is square root of a square plus b square. Now observe, if you do z into z bar, how much we got? A square plus b square. What is the modulus of z value? Root a square plus b square. So hence z into z bar gives how much? If you square this one, you will get this one or not? Yes. So z into z bar is equal to how much value? Modulus of z square. Okay, and based on this modulus and this conjugates, we have some properties. While doing problems, let us do first just a basic I complex number, how you are denoting, just modulus, conjugate I explain. Okay, now let us start the exercise now from our material. Right, see? Problem first one, the smallest positive integer for which 1 plus I whole power n is purely imaginary. 1 plus I whole power n is, we need purely imaginary. Then what is the smallest positive value of n? Okay, question understood? N value, we have to take smallest positive integer means natural numbers. For what natural number? This is becoming purely imaginary. Generally, what is meant by purely imaginary? For any complex number, if its real part is 0, then it is called purely imaginary. See, Z means what? Any complex number. So z is, if they gave purely imaginary, what does it mean? Implies and implied by real part of z equal to 0. If z is purely imaginary, then real part of z equal to 0. Only it contains imaginary part. Example 2i, 3i. Okay, so 2i minus 3 by 2i, like this. Only it contains what? Imaginary part. Next, suppose anywhere if you want like this, z is purely real. Purely real. Purely real means what? its imaginary part. So imaginary part of z is 0. Nothing but pure real numbers. Simply root 2 or 1 by 2 minus 3 by 4. There is no imaginary number. Only real numbers are these. So these are also complex numbers whose imaginary part is how much now? 0. Okay, right. Now come back to our question now. They gave that it is purely what? Imaginary. Purely imaginary means its real part must be what? 0. Okay, first let us verify is it? Verify. Suppose n value I took 1. How much will get? Simply 1 plus I whole power 1. 1 plus I. Now in this complex number 1 plus 9, what is the real part? Right, 1. What is imaginary part? That is also 1. Real part 1, imaginary part 1. But what we need purely imaginary means? Right, real part must be 0. So then this is not the answer. N value 1 not satisfied. Suppose I took n value 2, then how much will it? 1 plus I whole square. It is like a plus b whole square expand. A square plus b square plus 2ab, 2 into 1 into 1. 1 square value 1, I square value minus 1 plus 2a. Plus 1 minus 1 gets cancelled. Only we got 2a. Is there any real part here? No. It is in the form of a plus and b. But there is no a here. And we can write this 2i as 0 plus 2i. Whose real part is what now? 0. Only imaginary part left, that is 2. So complex number is 2i. So if I took n value 2, I got purely imaginary or not? Yes. So what is the least value now? N is 2. Maybe further n value 4 or 5, like that's for some more natural numbers, you may get this is purely imaginary. But question what they are asking? Least small value for which this is purely imaginary. So this is purely imaginary now, and smallest value is how much now? N equal to 2. Okay, so starting around the first 20 to 25 problems, all are based on I means imaginary, and many problems based on like this purely imaginary or purely real or conjugate. Simple. Around first 25 from our material. Right. So take this problem now. Okay, right. Let us come to the next one. So answer is n equal to 2. Right. Second one. They gave two complex numbers z1 and z2. They are asking complex number z1 by z2 lies in which quadrant? Okay. First let us simplify. Later let us think about the quadrants. They are asking what is z1 by z2. z1 value how much they give? Root 3 plus root 3i whole divided by denominator root 3 plus I. So this is the complex number they gave, z1 by z2. The question is, this complex numbers lies in which quadrant? See, always whenever you have complex number in the denominator, first part is you have to make it real. So denominator never keep imaginary. By seeing like this, you cannot tell what is its real part. You cannot say what is its imaginary part. And you cannot say also in which quadrant it lies. Okay, when you can say the denominator must be only what? Right, real. Okay, so to make this root 3 plus I as real, let us multiply with its conjugate. What is conjugate of root 3 plus I? Root 3 minus I. So let us multiply and divide with what? root 3 minus I. In numerator, can we take anything common? Right, root 3 can take common. So take root 3 as common. Then we are left with 1 plus I. Denominator root 3 plus I is there. So multiply with its conjugate, root 3 minus I. Now check. It is like a plus b into a minus b, or a plus ib into a minus ib. So a square plus b square. A plus ib into a minus ib. A square plus b square. Now here also let us multiply this two. How much will you get? Root 3 into normal multiplication. 1 into root 3 minus I root 3 minus I. Next with I plus I into root 3. I into root 3 plus I into minus I minus I. Then which is root 3 into root 3. Here root 3I minus I. If you take root 3 or I as a common, how much will you get? Root 3 minus 1. I square value, right? All of you know minus 1. Here again minus is there, it will become plus 1. All divided by denominator 3 plus 1, 4. Means finally how much we want to know? Root 3 into root 3 plus 1 plus I into root 3 minus 1. All divided by. Now check once if you multiply with its conjugate, denominator we change it into real number. Now you can say what is its real part and imaginary part. For any complex number, other than leave the completely item, left part is the real part. So your real part means what? Root 3 into root 3 plus 1 by 4. So real part of z equal to root 3 into root 3 plus 1 by 4. Then what is its imaginary part? Imaginary part equal to root 3 minus 1 by 4. Okay, actually they didn't ask what is real part, imaginary part, but simply I am writing till here understood. And now see how to identify quadrant. This is basic geometry. Every complex number a plus ib in geometry we can write like a point a comma b. Means in complex number or every complex number can be represented as a point in a plane. Actually the plane called as Argand plane. All these basics in the subject I discussed once check. That is the reason once I posted all those videos. Okay, once I recall all those complex numbers, the subject first. Okay, so the plane in which complex numbers has points is called, right, Argand plane. So in Argand plane, every point is a complex number, right? And now normal. Generally first quadrant means how we will take both x and y coordinates are plus plus. So here real part positive, imaginary part positive. Second, minus plus. Real part negative, imaginary part positive. Third quadrant, minus minus. Both imaginary and real are minus. Fourth quadrant, real part is positive, imaginary part is negative. So these basics all of you know. First quadrant how we denote the point symbols. Plus, plus, minus, plus, minus, minus, plus, minus. Only what changes, their general like point you are saying. Here not a point only, but the point is nothing but right complex number. In which x coordinate is real part, y coordinate is imaginary part. Now here real part is what we got? Positive. Imaginary part, root 3 minus 1, this is also positive. Positive. So both x and y, positive, positive. Means this complex number z1 by z2 lies in which quadrant? Right, first quadrant. So z1 by z2 belongs to first quadrant. That's it. Actually, without simplifying the complex number, you cannot say what is real part, what is imaginary part. If you came to know what's real and imaginary parts, then whether they are positive or negative, or by saying you came to know according to the quadrant you can mention. So answer is which quadrant now? Right. First quadrant is the answer. First option. Okay. Yeah. So take the ball. Right. Now let us come to the next problem. Third one. What is the problem they gave? 1 plus a whole power 6 plus 1 minus a whole cube. 1 plus I whole power 6 plus 1 minus I whole cube equal to, in options they give answer complex number. Small is the simplification only. Okay, just a minus b whole cube and a plus b whole cube formulas, that's it. Here 1 plus a whole power 6 is there. Whole power 6 means you can write it as whole square whole cube or whole cube whole square. How you want you can write. First this only I am writing. 1 plus I whole power 6. Can I write like this now? 1 plus I whole square whole cube. Now it is like a plus b whole square a square plus b square plus 2ab whole cube. Now check. What is I square value? Right, minus 1. 1 square is 1, I square is minus 1. Plus 2y whole cube. 1 minus 1 gets cancelled, so we create 2y whole cube. Okay, so the first part is nothing but 2y whole cube. Plus next one is 1 minus I whole cube. Normally explain. 2y whole cube means 2 cube each into I cube plus. This is like a minus b whole cube. Expand a cube. What is a minus b whole cube formula? All of you know. A cube minus b cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square. A means 1, b means I. A cube minus b cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square. Now check the values. I cube is the same as minus I. I square into I square value is minus 1. So minus 1 into I. Plus or directly enough, so you can simplify now. 8 I cube is there minus I cube. Nothing but 7 I cube. 1 cube value is 1. Here it is minus 3i. I square value right minus 1, which is a minus. Again I cube value is right minus 9. So minus 7 plus 1 minus 3i minus 3. Now check the value. 1 minus 3 minus 2 minus 7i minus 3i minus 2. So this is the complex. That's it. So now tell in which quadrant this point lies or this complex number. Real part negative, imaginary also negative, minus minus third quadrant. Okay, but they are asking simply its value. Answer is fourth option, minus 2 minus 10. Okay, take the problem. Okay, right, now let us go to the next one, fourth. If we come to the fourth problem, I square value we know. What is the question they gave is I plus I square plus I cube plus and so on up to 1000 terms is equal to. Good question, sir. They gave like this I plus I square plus I cube plus next one if I write how much will it? I power 4 plus so on up to how many terms they give? 1000 terms. Sum of all these numbers I plus I square plus I cube and so on up to 1000 terms is equal to, right? Simply answers 1 no minus 1 no like this they give. Just observe. What is I means? Right, root minus 1 all of you know. I square minus 1. I cube minus I power 4 1 leave. So these all you know. Okay, or else if you keep I means I, these three values you know. Then next time what you see, what about I power 5? Can I write I power 5 as I power 4 into I power 4 value is 1 into I again I. Then what about I power 6? I power 4 into I square. I power 4 is 1 into I square. Next, if I took I power 7, I power 4 into I cube. This is equal at the powers. I power 4 value again 1 left with I cube. If we come to the last I power 8, I can write I power 4 into I power 4. When I power 4 is 1, this is also 1. But again I am writing like this. Why? Because see, if first 4 terms are these, then definitely next 4 terms are these 4. If you observe these 4 values, again same these only we got checked. I same, next second I square, next I cube, next I power 4. Means whatever the 4 terms I wrote, later again the same 4 terms will continue, repeat, same only will get. Okay, so then in this 1000, how many like this? After 4 numbers, again they will repeat. Again after 4, again they will repeat. So in this 1000, these 4 terms are repeated. How many times? 1000 divided by 4, 250 times. So then I plus I square plus I cube plus I power 4. If you take this one as one term and again next one also will get the same terms. What I am saying, understanding? Now like this brackets how many? Not like this total terms. This is first bracket, second bracket, third one also will get same like this. Like this, how many brackets like this will get? 250. 250 times if you 250 times the same will repeat. So hence can we write the 250 into evaluate this one. I means I square value is how much now? Minus 1. I cube value is minus 1. I power 4 value is this. Now which is 250 into plus I minus I is cancelled. Minus 1 plus 1 is cancelled. So 250 into 0. Simple is it. What is it understood? Like this I power 1, I power 2, I power 3, I power 4000 terms means till I power 1000 we have to add all those 1000 terms. What I am saying is, if you add only first 4 terms, how much you are getting? Next 4 terms also will have same value. Next 4 also same value. Why? Because you want to show it. Same will be repeated. So, like this 4 terms 250 times will repeat. So, evaluate only this sum of these 4 terms and multiply with what? 250. But this sum value is how much now? 0. Hence 250 into 0 gives simply 0. So answer is how much? Right. 0. Third option is the answer. Okay. Right. Take it. Okay. Right. Next, fifth one. What is the problem there? Fifth one. Simple, just simplifying the complex number. That's it. Beyond it, nothing. Once check the question. The problem given like this: I power 4 plus I power 9 plus I power 26 whole divided by 2 minus I power 8 plus I power 10 minus I power 15. So this values we require is equal to, they gave some a plus ib, then what is a comma b. So they gave this entire total as a plus ib. Simplify, then what is a, what is b, what is real part, what is imaginary part. Just again, these are all basics only. I power any 4 multiple, how much I said? 1. So I power 4n, I power any 4 multiple is there, always 1. Next, I power 4 multiple extra plus 1 is there, and if you divide the power of the I with 4, if you left a remainder as 1, its value is 1. Okay. Next, if you divide the power of the I with 4, if you left a remainder as 2, then its value is minus. Next, if you divide the power of the I with 4, you left a remainder 3, then its value is I cube, nothing but minus I. Okay, this 4 points understood. Any I power 4 multiple is there, always 1. Yeah, multiple I power value is multiple of 4 plus 1. And how to identify means simply divide the power with 4. Remainder only consider enough. Or else easy way is that always divide the power with what? 4. The remainder only consider. Remaining part I forgot. That is the easy way. Then see here only I am writing again. Which implies I power 4 means divided with 4. Divided with 4. Remainder is how much? 0 now. Hence it is 1. I power 0. Now divided with 4. If you divide with 4, 4 cancel 2 times. How much remainder? 1 only will write that down. Again same I power 26 is there. Divided with 4. 4 cancel how many times here? 4 6 are 24. 2 is the remainder. So write the only the remainder. What I am saying, understanding the I power any big number. Example, I power sometime 97 you need. Okay, simple divide this number with what? 4. How much remainder you left, that only write in the pocket. So 297 divided with 4. 4 cancel first how many times? 7 times 20. 117. Again 4 cancel here how many times? 4 times 16. What is the remainder? 1. Simple its answer is equal to 1. That's it. Got the point? I power thousands number given, small number given, big number given. Divide the power with 4. 4. Only consider the remainder in the power. Easy. Right? Now, divide with 4. Remainder is 0. I power 0. 1 over. Remainder is 1. I power 1. If you divide with 4, remainder is 2. Write the remainder. Next, in the same way, denominator 2 minus 8. Exactly divisible by 4. Remainder is 0. 0 means I power 0. If you want write I power 0 or nothing but 1 anything. Power 0. Next 10. Remainder is 2. 15. Remainder is 3. So I cube, which is the a plus I. Now also check. 1 plus I square value minus 1. 2 minus 1. 1. I square value minus 1. I cube value minus 1. Minus 1 minus plus 1. So 1 1 cancel, 1 1 cancel. Simply I by left. I also cancel. 1 by. So 1 is equal to a plus I. So only 1 can also be written as 1 plus I into 0 now. Only 1 will left. Write that 1 as 1 plus I into 0. Means what is it? It's a real part 1. Imaginary part 0. Since this is purely real, its imaginary part we got to 0. Okay. So simply its answer is how much now? 1. You write in the format of a plus ib. Here a is equal to 1, comma, b value is how much? Okay. Not this problem means this content what I said understood. I power any big one divided with 4. Okay, rewrite the simply the remainder. Remainder means either 1 or 2 or 3 only left. Exactly divisible means I power 0 whose value is 1. Got it? So take this problem. Now with this any power I power is there, simply you can write the answer. Okay, right? Now let us come to the next problem. Right? Come to the next. The value of 1 plus I by 1 minus I whole power of 4n equal to sixth one. The value of 1 plus I by 1 minus I whole power 4n is equal to. Again, first let us simplify this. What? 1 plus I by 1 minus I. What I said? Whenever denominator complex number is there, make it as real. To make it as real, whatever be the conjugate of denominator, with that multiply and divide. What is conjugate of 1 minus I? Right, 1 plus I. So multiply and divide with 1 plus I. Okay, our numerator is 1 plus I into 1 plus I, 1 plus I whole square. Denominator, earlier also starting only side simplification, a minus ib into a plus ib, a square plus b square. A means 1, b means 1. This one don't forget, again no need to multiply. Always a minus ib. Here 1 minus I means I can write as 1 minus I into 1. This is 1 plus I into 1. 1 square plus 1 square. Nothing but denominator is 1 plus 1. Again numerator like a plus b whole square expand. A square plus b square plus 2b. I square value is again minus 1 plus 1 gets cancelled. 2i by 2. 2 gets cancelled. Simply we got I. So 1 plus I by 1 minus I value is I. Power how much is there now? 4n. So I power any 4 multiple exactly divisible by 4 now. So this value is 1. That's it. Okay. And this one don't forget. 1 plus I by 1 minus I is simply I. Sometimes they may give reverse also. 1 minus I by 1 plus I means the reciprocal of this. So reciprocal of I is 1 by I. Already starting on I wrote. What is 1 by I value? Right, minus. Okay. So generally this one and this one, these two will came across in problems. So don't forget. 1 plus I by 1 minus I is plus I. Whereas 1 minus I by 1 plus I is minus. So since this is I power 4 and always 1 only. Whatever you took any natural number, answer is 1. But what is the question they are asking, n or what? Simply that value, answer is 1. Right? So then, can you try 7th one yourself? Where n is any positive integer given, then simply take n value 1 and do it. Okay? So 7th one do as homework. Now let us come to the 8th one. Right? Come to the 8th one. They gave n is equal to 4n plus 3. n equal to 4m plus 3, comma, where m is what? Any integer. Then m is an integer. Then what about I power m? See, very simple. I power n they are asking. N value they give how much now? 4m plus 3. Now only I said shortcut. I power any number present. First divide this one with 4. Divide entire this one with what? 4. Then how much remainder you left? That is the I power value. So, to divide this one with 4, here cancel. Remainder is how much now? 3 now. So, simple its value is I cube. I cube value of minus. That's the problem. Got my point? 4m plus 3 means if you divide 4m plus 3 with 4, remainder is only 3. Why? Because 4 cancelled n times here. Remainder only left with 3. So answer is I cube. I cube value is minus 3. That's it. Let's take the problem. Very small question. This is only I gave that like a shortcut. Suppose I power 4n plus 2 is there. Right? I square. I power 4n plus 1 is there. I power 1. That's it. Whatever I said, that only they gave in general. Okay? Right? Let us go to the next problem. Problem number 91. 1 plus I by 1 minus I whole cube. 1 plus I by 1 minus I whole cube minus. What is the second term they give? Reverse. 1 minus I by 1 plus I whole cube equal to, how much it is given? X plus Iy. Then what are the values of x comma y? Then x comma y equal to, just now only array. Earlier only said this one number of times you will get what? 1 plus I by 1 minus I. What is the value of 1 plus I by 1 minus I? Right, I. Always 1 plus I by 1 minus I. Simply I. Reverse 1 minus I by 1 plus I. Nothing but minus I. That's it. So then this is I. Power 3 is 3 minus. This value minus I. Power 3. They gave this one as x plus I. Now let us see which is I cube minus of cube. Again minus we will get. So minus into minus plus I cube equal to x plus I. What is I cube plus I cube means? 2I cube equal to x plus I. Again all of you know I cube value. I cube value is right minus I. So 2 into minus I equal to x plus I. This one can write like this as 0 minus I into 2 or 0 plus I into minus 2 equal to x plus I into minus 2I same or not? I wrote exactly in this format. Now if you compare x value 0, real part is 0, comma, what is imaginary part? Minus 2. So y value is minus 2. The answer is 0, comma, minus 2. That's it. Okay. Main important is this one. If you remember this I, this is minus I. So I cube minus I whole cube. Minus cube again minus will come, that's why I wrote here plus. So I cube plus I cube, 2I cube value is minus I. Answer is minus 2I. Compare x value, y value. That's it. Okay. So take that. Okay. Right. Now next 10th one. Is it complete now? Right. Hope that understood. Main all problems what we are doing all are simply based on I only. Right? Now let us come to the 10th problem. So 10th one, they gave a question like this. 1 plus I whole power 2n plus 1 minus I whole power 2n comma n belongs to Z is. Options they gave purely imaginary, purely real, non-real complex number, some complex number, whose real part imaginary part equal, like that they give. First we have to simplify. Okay. N value means what they give, n is an integer they give. Once taken the question. 1 plus I whole power 2n plus 1 minus I whole power 2n, comma n belongs to Z. Z means any integer. Let us take some positive numbers, we will verify. Suppose n value 1, I took two numbers, if you took around second. Suppose n value 1, then say commas will get 1 plus I whole square plus 1 minus I whole square, n value 1 I took. All of you know what is 1 plus I whole square value? 1 plus I square plus 2I. This is a minus b whole square. 1 plus I square minus 2. Now, what is I square value? Right, minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 cancel. I square plus 1 minus 1 cancel. We will have to with the 2I minus 2I. 0 means real part, real number, imaginary number. It is a real number only. So if you took n value 1, we got a 0. And now let us take n value another number 2. Then how much will it? 1 plus I whole power 4 plus 1 minus I whole power 4. Again, can I write like this? 1 plus I whole square plus 1 minus I whole square. Easy, no? Why? Because 1 plus I whole square value we did. How much? Right, this is a 2I. Now whole square. 1 minus I whole square value minus 2I whole square. Then 2I whole square means 4 into I square. Minus 1 again will become plus 4 into I square. 4I square plus 4I square, 8I square. I square value, right, minus 1. So minus 8 you are getting. Here 0 we got. Here in minus 8 you got. In both problems, both values check once. Is there any imaginary? No, purely what we got? Real number. So answer is purely real number. Second option. So purely real. Sir, have any doubt? Then take n value what? 3 also and check. 1 plus a whole power 6. 1 minus a whole power 6. Simplify and check. We are getting only real numbers like this. The answer is purely real number is the answer. Okay, right. Take this. And the 11th one let us do in the last. So take this problem. Okay, right. While doing 11th one, little more required. So that's why let us do that one after doing few more problems. 11th one. Now let us come to the 12th question now. The multiplicative inverse, right? So first this point already you got in the PU subjective. That's why once please go through that subjective once. Multiplicative inverse. Simply I am writing MI. Multiplicative inverse of a complex number Z is simply 1 by Z. Whatever be the complex number Z, its multiplicative inverse is its reciprocal. That's it. 1 by Z. If you want later according to the question, simplify. Okay. Now 12th one also same that only. What is the question? Multiplicative inverse of some complex number they gave. What is that? 1 plus I by 1 minus I. So what is it now? Multiplicative inverse of any complex number is its reciprocal 1 by Z. So multiplicative inverse of this one is also reciprocal 1 minus I by 1 plus I. But already all of you know this value. Third time I am saying the same. What is this value? 1 minus I by 1 plus I. Right? Minus I. This value is plus I. This value is minus I. So multiplicative inverse of this complex number is how much? Minus I. Not only this, any complex number, if you need a multiplicative inverse means 1 by. Okay, but later I have to simplify. Leave it. Next, 13th also small problem. Once you check this, what is the question they give? Z equal to x plus iy, then z into z bar equal to 0. If and only if, see, z equal to they give x plus iy, then all of you know z bar means. What is z bar means? Right, it's conjugate. So conjugate of x plus iy is x minus iy. Then if you multiply z into z bar, so starting this one I said x plus iy into x minus iy. Always how much we get? Right, x square plus plus. So this is what you know. Now let us come to the question. What they gave? Z into z bar is equal to 0 if and only if. Okay. So z into z bar is 0 means what is z into z bar value? X square plus y square equal to 0. Observe. X and y are any two real numbers. X is any real number, y is also any real number. Take any real number and square. Take any real number and square. Add. If you got a 0, then what is the possibility? Only possibility x must be 0. Y must be 0. That's it. Why? Because other than 0 any number you took, it is a positive. Even y square also positive. If you add the positive numbers, can we get a 0? Never. But here we are getting 0. Then only possibility is what? Right, x equal to 0, y equal to 0. Means nothing but the complex number z is 0 complex number. So answer is z is equal to 0. The complex number is 0. Means it's a real part 0 and imaginary part also 0. Okay, so take it. So take till here and remaining those who are understood try around 22nd problem or sorry 21st first try. This is till 13th I did. Next 8 problems if you want you can try also easily you can get. Okay, or else let us see in the next class. Right.